Hi, everybody. Welcome to Silver Lining. This is the first episode. I'm really excited. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy you're here with me. I want to start by telling you a little bit about myself. My name's Francesca. I'm 29 years old. I currently live in Chicago with my two beautiful baby boys, Juice and Buddha. We just moved here a couple months ago and started fresh. When I mean fresh, I mean I donated all of my clothes, all of my furniture, and completely started over. I'm so grateful to be here. And when I say here, I mean like in the best mindset possible that I've ever been in. Like, I have the most self-love for myself right now that I've ever had. And I'm just so grateful to be at peace with myself and starting this journey of helping others heal. I'm very excited. So, I'm 29, just turned 29 yesterday. And as I look back in my life, I've been through a lot. And, a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And I'm very grateful for all of the downs and all of the ups. When I look back at, these pivotal moments in my life, I find a lot of gratitude for the good ways I've dealt with my trauma and the bad ways I've dealt with my trauma, because now I get to tell you guys how I've messed up and how I wasted a lot of time and energy on the wrong people, places, and things and coping mechanisms to try to get through my trauma. Not get through it, more so avoid the trauma instead of getting through it. And I made a lot of mistakes. And luckily I made them so you guys don't have to make them. So, yeah, that's the main purpose of this podcast, is to help people get through tough situations. I've been through a lot, and luckily I don't look anything like what I've been through. And I just want to let you guys know that you don't have to either. You can harness your power from these traumatic events and learn the lesson that is to be learned from the event and move forward and use that knowledge to not repeat the same patterns and negative cycles. In this past year and a half, when I started my healing journey, like really focused in on it and what I wanted out of this life, I accomplished more in this past year than I have in my whole life. And it was simply by changing my perspective. I used to focus on the past and my mistakes and, being in a frequency of shame and guilt for the way I acted and reacted in certain situations in my life. I used drugs to numb myself for the past 10 plus years. And once I got sober, I had to face everything head on. It was a lot. It was a lot. Let me tell you, it was a lot. So, like, if I would have just faced what I was going through instead of avoiding it for 10 years, it would have been a lot easier. But you know what? It happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen, because I wouldn't be sitting here right now with all of this knowledge and the tools to help you guys. If I could get to a place of peace and self-love and respect for myself and respect for my journey and exactly where I'm at right now, I wouldn't be able to do it without the dark. You can't find the light without being in the dark. And I was in such a low, dark place. It was very hard to find a light, any bit of light, but I did. And I focused on that light. I focused on it. I was delusional. If I looked around me, everything was in shambles. But in my mind, it was going to get better. And I had my eyes on my prize, what I wanted my future to look like. And day by day, step by step, I got there. And if I can get there, 1,000,000% you can too. And I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. Let's start there. I am not perfect. I never will be perfect. Nobody's perfect. I mess up. I get into, little ruts here and there, but, I came back to who I am, my true essence, my true self. And whenever I get in a funk of like a little depression or anxiety or just negative cyclical patterns that I was so used to, I just ground myself and come back to me and realize that's not me. Those are like old coping mechanisms to survive. And I'm not in survival mode anymore. This is the first time in 29 years that I am not in survival mode or fight or flight. I mean, I feel like I was in fight or flight since I was in the womb, literally. And in the upcoming episodes, I will get into, what has happened to me and how I've grown from it, in more detail. But for right now, I just wanted to kind of let you know the gist of this podcast. Basically, I'm going to go into these traumatic events and let you know how I messed up so you don't have to. And I know I could relate to a lot of people, and I know that I'm here for this reason, truly, and it makes it all worth it. I promise you, if you just get through what you're going through and don't give up on yourself and don't lose hope in yourself, you will find your purpose. You will find out why you're here still, and you will make a difference in this world. I promise you. I promise you. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of exactly where you are. It's okay to start over. It's okay. It's okay to start at zero. It's okay. It's okay to start over every single day. I feel like perspective is the most important part of this journey. Like looking at everything from a bird's eye view and looking at the bigger picture. Like when I look back at my life and what's happened to me and what I have done, it all led me here. It's like these pieces of a puzzle coming together, and it all finally makes sense. So another thing I want to talk about is how I want to teach healing is going to be an incorporation of traditional psychological therapy and spiritual healing. I just want to thank God for getting me here. I want to thank my connection with the divine and my angels for getting me here. Oh, I'm going to get emotional about it. I was at such a low. I don't want to cry in the first episode, but I was at such a low point in my life, and there were two options. Not being here anymore and giving up, or having faith in something that I couldn't see and reconnecting to God and the God source inside of me that's also in all of you, and trusting, having blind faith and trusting God, trusting this plan that He has for us, and believing in it, and believing in what you can't see. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for me having faith in something bigger than me and trusting that everything would work out for me if I just had faith. Faith is very important. And I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not at all. I accept everybody's beliefs. I have no judgment towards anybody. And I'm just here telling my story. Just want to say that. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You can pick and choose freely what to do in this life. We all have free will, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to go through these events with you guys and get to know you even better. I'm really just so excited about this and so grateful. So grateful. You know, I just want to touch on something. You know, in the past, I was searching in all of the wrong places for validation in people, in relationships, you know, trying to prove something to these people that weren't even proving anything to themselves, but expecting a lot from me. It was so draining. And I finally just surrendered. I let all the negative people go out of my life. And if you weren't helping me get to where I needed to be, I cut you off. And that may sound selfish, but it's the best decision I could have ever made, because it's really true. Like, you are who you surround yourself with. And at one point I had nobody. I was alone. And it was very lonely. It was very dark, but I found the validation in myself. I believed in myself. And I think that's very, very, very important, to just believe in yourself. And if you don't love yourself, if you don't believe in yourself and your dreams, nobody's going to believe it. So love you first, and you will attract the love you deserve. Figure out what you want in this life. Truly, like, dream big. Dream so big. Be delusional. Make a list. Start by making a list. What do I want in this life? What don't I want in this life anymore? What am I ready to release? And move from there. And look at that list every day. Write it again and again and again. Focus on what you want in this life. And I promise you, if you take the steps, you know, people call it manifesting, and I believe it is manifesting. It's just believing that you have it. You have it already. You just have to take the certain steps to get there, and it will be in your physical reality very, very soon. Maybe not overnight, but good things take time. You know, it's important to build a strong foundation within yourself to attract things that are going to last, that are meant for you, that are going to last. You don't want to have something great come in your life and not be ready to handle it. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, you can get through whatever you're going through right now. I promise you. I promise you. If I can be this happy and excited and love myself as much as I do right now, I know you can too. I know I already said that, but I just want to reiterate it to you. And if nobody has told you that they love you today, I love you. I hope that I could be a guiding light for you guys, you know, finding that light at the end of the tunnel, you know, your silver lining. I found my silver lining, and I hope that I can help you find yours too. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to see you guys soon and get into the nitty-gritty. Have a wonderful day. Love you.